Well, glory be and mercy me, we've done it yet again. Here we are, back on our regular walk around the graveyard. I've been incognito for a little while, taking a break during this enormous heat wave that swept through. It was actually quite dangerous to be outside, so I chose to instead stay indoors, take a little vacation. You know, us communists, we need to take a vacation too, right? So I was looking around for articles for my live stream, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. Please come on in. Let's cry together. Let's organize together. Let's actually do something about the catastrophe that we're all facing together. Please come in, join the community that we've got going on at my live stream. So, what article did I find? Well, isn't it great that there is a communist by the name of Clara Sorrenti in London, Ontario, right here in the great province of Ontario. Police raid her home, steal her equipment, right? She's a Twitch streamer, so she needs computer equipment to do her job. She has 43,000 subscribers. She's running as the communist representative for people in London, gaining steam, gaining support, and the police raid her home and steal her stuff. Why? Because someone sent them an email with her name on it that had a picture of a gun. And so instead of the police, and we're just going to go ahead and pretend that the police themselves were not responsible for sending this email. So instead of saying, well, this is obviously someone who is attempting to smear or set this person up. Obviously, she's a communist. Not only that, she's trans, right? So you got a double whammy going on there. Nope. Instead of that, the police elevate and escalate from, oh, hey, maybe we should investigate the nature of this email and where this email came from, to let's raid this person's home and steal the very equipment they need to do the job that pays their bills, right? Right? So even if we pretend as though the police are not actively fomenting a act of extraordinary violence against communists, as is historically the truth, even if we pretend that's not the case, you have to admit that this is deeply, deeply, deeply incompetent, foolish, pathetic, moronic, lacking in basic self-awareness, lacking in basic intelligence. Literally, police officers, for no reason, running a SWAT raid on a communist. The capitalist death cult is afraid. It's afraid of what is coming from the populace. It knows that it is actively betraying the populace. It knows that it is actively working to dismantle and destroy the civil society. It can see people like Doug Ford attempting to privatize the healthcare system, giving dictator-style powers to Ontarian mayors in order to, what the excuse is to build more housing, but we know it's so that they can enact more and more of these SWAT-style raids on political opposition. All they have left are acts of extraordinary violence in order to maintain their power, and they will and have delegitimized the very system they demand we interact with in order to do it. When police kick down the door of communists and steal their stuff and arrest said communists for no crime whatsoever, because some asshole who definitely wasn't the police themselves sent an obviously false email from Switzerland, that delegitimizes the system. That more and more and more, the populace is seeing that the system of electoral politics has been delegitimized. The number one reason why the 55% of the populace didn't come out to vote in the last election was because they didn't see a difference between the parties. Reason number two, they didn't think their vote mattered. This is a system that is delegitimizing itself. And it's delegitimizing itself by creating choices that are homogenous and the same, all subservient to the capitalist death cult, while simultaneously committing acts of enormous oppression, suppression, and violence against legitimate opposition. That we are living in a society that is experiencing a climate catastrophe, a housing crisis, an inflation crisis, an income inequality spike. We are experiencing major crises, and our political debate that's happening at the top level is, are the NDP gonna convince the Liberals to give Donald care? Are we gonna go don't care? Don't care? It's childishness at the highest level. And all of the issues, it's the same grift over and over again. Oh yes, we definitely care about all of those issues that really do matter. But guys, what about billionaires? Won't someone please think of the billionaires? Yeah, we are thinking of the billionaires. We're thinking of incarcerating them for their many crimes. We're thinking of gathering en masse and surrounding the halls of power and arresting the billionaire class as well as their political surrogates and incarcerating them for their overt and crazed psychotic crimes. What these people are attempting to do at this stage in the game is they are attempting to enslave and impoverish the entirety of the society. You can see that obviously in the housing crisis, where the wealthy and the powerful and the politicians are doing everything they can to transfer as much of the housing away from the populace into the hands of the corporate class. You can see it with the buying up of farmland. You can see it through the ignoring of the climate catastrophe, literally lying to your face on a daily basis, pretending as though they care about this issue when it is obvious that they do not. And now they are committing fully to the path of disrupting and committing acts of violence against people who manage to gather enough power to become a legitimate threat. You ask yourself, where are the politicians who are standing up against the political class? Where are the politicians who are actually coming out in order to fight back against this? They're in prison. That's what's happening. It's happening in front of your face. It's obvious, it's clear, and they will not, under any circumstance, they will not allow anyone who is legitimately interested in preventing these overt, capitalist-driven catastrophes from gaining any power or authority through the electoral system that is completely and utterly fraudulent and illegitimate. We have no choice. We have to gather and surround the halls of power. We have no alternative. We have to take to the streets en masse, millions of us, at least thousands of us, and surround the halls of power and render them incapable of continuing this process of extraction and abandonment. We need to, as a people, declare this enterprise fraudulent and false, redraw our Constitution, incarcerate these frauds and liars, and move to actually build a civilization that is worth living in. The alternative is to continue pretending as though putting a little piece of paper in a box is going to make a difference, while the political and psychopath class actively destroy the society that you live in. All right, guys, this is the end of this one. They are actively assaulting communists in order to chase them out of the political system, and it's only just beginning. It's going to get worse. The fascism is going to get obvious. So please like, share, subscribe. You're seeing in real time what they're willing to do to people like me. You're seeing what they're willing to do. You're seeing the lengths that they're willing to go. It's only going to get worse. And if you don't get connected, and if you don't stay aware of what is happening in your society, then you're going to sleepwalk your way to fascism, which is exactly where we're headed. Like, share, subscribe. And for God's sakes, if you've got $1, Patreon's down below, right? They're raising the rent, they're raising the prices, they're raising everything. Even $1 counts. All right, guys. Always remember, you are a quantum being walking around in quantum energy, a temporal refugee. These billionaires are spending hundreds of billions of dollars to make sure you'll never realize it. You'll just stay the good little commodity they need you to be. Revolt, rebel, repent. Good luck. We're gonna need it.